My little sister had a crush on my husband, but what she didn't know was he's crazy in love with her ex-boyfriend, Marcus. Yeah, you heard that right. So Emma's been trying to seduce my husband, David, for months. It started with asking him to move furniture, showing up to family dinners in low-cut tops, commenting fire emojis on his Instagram posts. Mom thought it was sweet that Emma was bonding with her brother-in-law. Dad was oblivious, but I could see what was happening. Emma's always been competitive with me since we were kids. When I got into nursing school, she suddenly wanted to be a nurse too. When I started dating David, she made weird comments about how lucky I was. But then I noticed something weird. Every time Emma mentioned her ex-boyfriend Marcus, David would get this strange look and change the subject. At first I thought he was being polite, but then I caught him scrolling through Marcus's Instagram at 2 a.m. When I asked what he was doing, he quickly closed the app and mumbled something about checking what everyone's up to. That's when I started paying closer attention. David and Marcus had been college roommates for 3 years before Emma ever entered the picture. They were practically joined at the hip back then, always studying together, going to parties together, having these inside jokes that nobody else understood. I always thought it was just typical bromance stuff, but looking back, there were signs I completely missed. Like how David's eyes would light up whenever Marcus came to visit, how he'd spend extra time getting ready when he knew Marcus was coming over, how he kept every single photo from their college days in a special album that he'd flip through sometimes when he thought I wasn't watching. The situation escalated 3 weeks ago. She showed up Saturday morning wearing a tiny bikini, claiming she needed David's help cleaning her pool filter. "It's so complicated," she whined, pressing against his arm. "I need a strong, smart man to figure it out." I watched from the kitchen window as she did her usual routine, the hair flipping, the fake helpless act, touching his bicep every chance she got. But David looked genuinely uncomfortable this time, not just annoyed. He kept stepping away from her, avoiding eye contact, checking his phone obsessively. Finally, he took a deep breath and said, "Emma, I need to tell you something important, and I can't keep pretending anymore." My heart completely stopped. Here we go, I thought. 2 years of marriage about to explode because my sister can't keep her hands to herself. Emma's eyes lit up like Christmas morning. "You can tell me anything, David. I've been hoping you'd finally notice me. I've been in love with Marcus since our sophomore year of college," David said quietly. "I married your sister because I thought it would make these feelings go away, but seeing you just reminds me of him every single day. The way you laugh is exactly like his laugh. You have the same mannerisms, the same smile." The silence that followed was deafening. Emma's face went through about 12 different emotions in 5 seconds. Confusion, shock, hurt, anger, and finally complete mortification. "You what? But you're married to my sister. You're supposed to be straight." "I know what I'm supposed to be," David said, his voice getting stronger. "But I can't live a lie anymore. I'm filing for divorce next week, and I'm going to tell Marcus how I really feel." Emma grabbed her cover-up and practically ran to her car without another word. The pool cleaning was mysteriously forgotten. Plot twist that nobody saw coming. When David finally worked up the courage to call Marcus 2 days later, Marcus broke down crying and admitted he'd been in love with David since college too.